Welcome to the Talk of Titans Dev Stream Recap 8/2/2018. This is Jaeger giving you your rundown of all the transparency and a lot of it that was provided during this live stream. So let's get right into it. Number one, the gem reward for the battle contest went up from 12K to 15K. So that's just a nice little extra kudos of what the devs kicked out to us. But let's get into the big content here. Throne Wars beta, of course, was coming to Legends Week. We all know that there's a lot that was focused around this. The battle to get up here was pretty much intense, and the real next Throne Wars, this is a beta, will be based on how the beta goes. They also shared that the beta will most likely be different than what is released during this point in time, which means relics, tokens, the way it works, a lot of it could change. I'm assuming this is a lot more about just trying to find out, can the servers really handle what Throne Wars wants to bring back to the game. But stay tuned later for a Throne Wars recap video. The next thing that they touched on, the Theaters of War. The last one, the Poison, was an epic fail. No one was really happy. Time was enhanced. Rewards were pretty much, shady. So they did say they know they got the feedback loud and clear. The next Theaters of War is going to be different. On that note, what they did say is on August 13th and 14th, the next Theaters of War will be themed around Storm Maidens. You will most likely be fighting the Storm Maidens in those Theaters of War. Not confirmed, but most likely could be doing it. Talking about Storm Maidens, let's hit that. August 16th is their confirmed release date unless something terrible happens. If you also haven't noticed, you do have the Asgardian Hall already listed in your castle upgrade. So if you take a look there, keep an eye on it. If you can get your castle upgrade before then, I believe that the Asgardian Hall will come in and be available at the level on which your castle is based on, which you have to be at least Castle 14. Talking to Storm Maidens, though, we do have 5 new relics come out. We're going to get to that in a minute, but they did share that the Storm Maidens are best for a 3D unit, and that they're best for singles. So we're not going to see a battalion of them like Militia and Spearmen. They're best as an individual unit like Goliaths and Panthers. Let's talk about these 5 new relics. They've got the Runic Tattoo top left, the Serrated Edge, and the Whetstone. The bottom 3 are you've got a defensive skill, an offensive skill, and an X skill going from left to right, and a couple of them in the middle there. The one thing we know about these Storm Maidens is they will be available as a global milestone event. So that means that as people collect souls, everyone globally collects the prize. So there will be some free bundles available, they said, and they're going to be providing more info on the next stream. They also are going to be potentially reworking some existing Titans for when the Storm Maidens release. Likely not right away, but my guess is we may see Thorhild and other Vikings make a return. Talking about looking at old stuff and making it news, they're also looking at some of the old or original relics that have been around in the game for a while and which ones could potentially still be relevant in today's current game meta. Things like the Defender, or pictured here, the Protector. So looking at that, we may potentially see, as Storm Maidens come around, other relics that have been in the game but have been out for a while potentially make a return. They also touched on relic forging. They're going to share more in the coming weeks, but it's going to be more progression based rather than chance, very much like Titans are. The big question is, will we be able to see skills on our existing relics, because they're going to show skills on the new ones? So that's what's going to be happening there. They also shared information on Goliaths. They are planning on making them larger, anywhere between 20 and 30%, giving them a larger swing radius, possibly walking a little bit quicker because they're a larger size. Matt also submitted 3 or 4 4-star Goliath belts that will now have all resistances. They're also looking at reducing production time for Goliaths, and there's also some new dragon helms in there with additional resistances, such as lightning, that's now going to be in the game. They also are exploring avatars. They just need to find the time to add new ones, so that's been a big community thing. They're also looking at league rewards and what can really entice people to potentially move up in the leagues, as well as also having more of a rotation of Titans throughout those league rewards. This way it's not the same stagnant things over and over. Other little odd and ends that they're looking at, they said they actually have quite a bit on the backlog, is they're considering new daily quests rather than the same mix over and over. They're looking at being able to sort Titans by element, not only just by their class. They're looking at the possibilities of Titan skill re-rolling. This has been something the community's talked about for a while. Matt is also going to be looking at garrison maps and possible randomization of the map when it gets attacked, so it's not the same over and over. They're also trying to make some adjustments to how leadership can be transferred, and again, as mentioned, they're looking at league reward prizes and what can be done to really draw people back up into the higher leagues that honestly really belong there. So that's a list of things that were kind of touched on, really exciting things kind of coming in the future, more info coming soon. But thanks for tuning in. I'm Jaeger, and I'm signing out.